my winter kitchen. In this video, I'm going to be taking you along with me as I'm going to be preparing ready to eat freezer meals. My plan is to only make for a couple of weeks because I will be out of town 2 weeks ahead of my family. I want to prepare some nourishing from scratch wholesome meals for them to defrost and reheat in the steamer in my absence. Join me as I'm going to be taking you along with me preparing these nourishing ready to eat freezer meals. I want to be a little bit efficient, so I start with the soup, which will be cooked at very low heat for a long time. I've already pre-cut the vegetables. So some ginger, and it's really minus 10 degrees right now, and we had a really cold front, but it's going to get a little bit warmer in the next few days. Maybe some snow. We had a little snow, but not as much. These butternut squash is from our garden, the zucchini not, and then I had a couple of celery. So I'm using up all the vegetables that are in my fridge, and because we will be gone for quite some time, I don't want them getting spoiled. So like this, they have something to eat in my absence. The potatoes are also from our garden. I have washed them and soaked it in water so they don't darken. In fact, I made the soup yesterday and it was really so delicious. I make soups quite often during the winter months to use up all these vegetables from the garden, which are getting soft, like the potatoes are getting soft, and also they may not last very long. Soups are a great way to use up all your leftover vegetables. You have maybe a couple of in your fridge box. To make this a little bit more nourishing, I'm going to add some barley, a little bit more protein rich. I'm going to add some beluga beans. This will be cooking on very low heat for about 2 to 3 hours. And then I add in a little bit of tomato paste, and to season I will be adding vegetable stock cubes and then some pepper and a little bit of nutmeg powder. This is enough, you don't need more than that. Put everything together. While this is cooking, I am going to get on with some English muffins. This is the pre-batter for English muffins. I'm going to mix this with some more spelt flour. This is all whole grain, freshly ground spelt flour. The measurement is like this. I always use 2/3 of whole grain, freshly ground spelt or whatever, and then 1/3 is all-purpose spelt flour. So this way it's not too dense. This has been resting since morning. Now I will add spelt flour to make it to a nice pliable consistency to make it into English muffins. I have a recipe for this in my blog, and this one freezes really well. You take it out. I think it's my steamer. Now I'm going to add some salt, about 1 teaspoon or more, 1.5 teaspoon of salt. The last time I made, they were not salty enough, so I'm going to add a little bit more. some baking soda. This is optional, but I prefer to add some so that it fluffs up nicely. So the dough is quite pliable. I didn't add any extra water or something. Usually I have a problem is I add too less salt, but you can eat it with salted butter. Just to prevent this from sticking, I add a little bit of maize flour so it won't stick too much when I'm taking it out and baking it in the pan. I always have idli batter ready to go in my fridge. The recipe for the idli batter will be in my blog. To make it really fluffy, I add a pinch of sodium bicarbonate. You don't need to, but I like it really fluffy. This batter has come out very well. Just a tiny bit. These are really great for freezing. Once it is cold, I can freeze it. So this has come really soft. made about 21, no, 18. So this should be enough for a couple of meals. If it's a little bit thick, I personally don't mind because they can always thin it out, and a couple of squishes of tomato paste. Now I'm going to add some vegetable stock powder. This is what will be the main seasoning for the soup, and some pepper. Then this is some nutmeg. This is the tomato concentrate. The soup is almost done. I'm going to let it simmer for another 10 minutes and then I'll leave it to cool. I will be putting it into Ziploc bags so that it's easier to defrost and to lightly steam it and warm it up. Just add a little bit of coconut oil. And then, I don't know if you can see this. I had a guest, so it got a little bit delayed with all this. So very gently I try to turn it. Just want to drop in. Earlier I made a sourdough loaf and I just finished baking that, and this one you have to check. If it sounds hollow, means it's done. Maybe slightly more. idlis in each package, so it's easier to take the amount I want and use accordingly. Then once this cools, I will pack this also into the into the freezer. Some of these recipes are in my blog. I will link it in the description box below, and those which are in the video format, I will link it in the cards above. I hope this video was useful for you and you could get some ideas for preparing healthy, nourishing vegetarian meals for your freezer. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye.